Hey guys, welcome to the Twins Media Live show with your host Trisha
and Tasha.
It's Friday.
Got a really exciting show on today. Thank you for being patient with us. We are speaking with Pooch Hall. You all know him as Derwin Davis from the beloved television series The Game, which originally debuted in 2006. That's now streaming on Netflix.
Yes, but before we bring on Pooch Hall, guys, go ahead and share this broadcast with family, friends, loved ones. Just share with everybody and spread the love.
And we have a question for today, and it is, what is your favorite Derwin Davis episode? Hit us up in the comments, and while you're doing that, again, don't forget to hit share.
That's right. So we'll give you guys some time to hop onto the live.
Yes, on this Feel Good Friday. Yes. How's everybody doing today? You doing right? Wonderful? Great? Yay! Everybody's dancing for Feel Good Friday.
Yeah, tell us how you feel about our theme song. You guys dancing to the theme song? Just play for you guys. Tell us how you like that.
Yes, and the theme song is what arrived. Your moment is today. So, all right. Everybody ready? Let's bring on Pooch Hall. Drum roll, please.
No!
What up, Pooch? What's up?
You know, it's Friday, right? So,
things happen on Friday, right?
It's a feel good Friday.
Feel Good Friday, Pooch.
Hey.
And we have your fans on here, and we are going to go right into asking you, your character, Derwin Davis, was so loved by your fans. And can you tell us a little bit about the early days of the show, The Game?
Yes. And Trisha and Tasha, thank you guys so much for having me be a part of your show.
You're welcome.
It always is an amazing sight to see our people like coming together, well, especially family, and doing something innovative and bringing awareness, you know, to our culture, and just kind of like putting that good energy out there, especially now is definitely.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys give yourselves a pat on the back, and thank you for having me on here.
Well, thank you so much, Pooch. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
But my early times of Derwin Davis, or
just like the early days, like when the show debuted in 2006. Mm-hmm. So just that whole process of like the early days on the show, like maybe some good memories of the early days of the show.
Oh man, let me tell you something. It's always been a good memory for me. Mara Brock and Keel, the creator of the show, our executive producer, she's like the mom, like our mom.
Yeah.
To where, you know, I got to give her a huge shout out, because she took a chance on me, and you know, she has an eye for talent, and she's super creative and talented within her own right, and just to see Black women, you know, coming into their own is such an amazing thing, to where, you know, she's killing right now.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Netflix, so the first 3 years we were on the CW, and then we went to BT, but right now we're streaming on Netflix, and the fan craze has been great. And are like, we're catching up, and the new fans like, man, I've never seen the show. How did I miss the show? And it's like, you know, it's dope. And even though we started in 2006, when you watch it, it's still timeless.
Yeah. And
you can still watch it now and it still be dope. So we had in the beginning, for all of the people who don't know, I first auditioned for Malik.
Wow.
So Malik and then Hosea auditioned for Derwin.
Oh my gosh.
That's a twist.
Yeah.
I can't see that. You guys, yeah.
They switched it. So you know, and I wasn't the original Derwin. In the pilot, it was my man Aldous Hodge, who is a super cool cat, a friend of mine. He's doing his thing out in the industry, like he's doing it real big, and I'm really, really happy and proud of him. Him and his brother Edwin Hodge. We're all friends. We always play basketball together. And so I came in and took the reins from the first episode on, and it's been life-changing. Like being Derwin on The Game was like, because I used to play football and I boxed my whole life. So when I got on the game, it literally was like making it to the NFL in a sense, and dealing with that life that some of them NFL people go through and what have you. And it's not easy. It's hard. It's a real hard life when you become like a celebrity and recognized, like your anonymity and your family, like guys are out there. So it was really fun. It was fun just being able to play football like on a high level. Financially, I was able to take care of my family.
It's a blessing.
And the fans, professional football players, basketball players, baseball players, they were fans of me.
Wow.
Fans of me. I have relationships with a lot of them too, based off of like being on the game, because a lot of people was able to relate. About the game was that Mara, she wanted to make sure she gave a show, even like with girlfriends, a show with real issues, people dealing with real issues and figuring them out, especially in our community, in the Black culture. So, I feel when she did her research and said, I'm gonna give you guys this show, and we're gonna go inside the lives of these NFL, these professional football players' relationships. And she got deep, she got dirty. She has a lot of relationships with people who gave her inside stuff.
Wow.
And we went as hard as we could. We came on after Girlfriends.
Yeah.
Girlfriends after Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh.
So, but we were still trying to find our footing. And the first 3 years we were on the CW. Then and the first 3 years on the CW, like you can kind of see the change in the show.
Yeah.
We went to BT and it turned into more of a dramedy.
Yes.
Sometimes, like back then, you're fighting to just get the respect or the recognition in Hollywood sometimes as a Black project. Those, you so grateful that we were able to just even have the opportunity to have that show, but then you're still for the respect. And you just got to go into work, and we all me, Tia, like Hosea, Brittany,
team,
but like Miss Wendy, like Kobe, like we all went in every day and put in 110%.
Yeah, it showed.
Do that, yes. We were able to do that because it was fun.
Yeah.
That's one thing my dad said to me growing up. He said, boy, when you find a job that you love, you'll never work another day in your life.
Yeah.
And it was like I was being paid to play football and hang out with some friends and have some fun and get a whole bunch of Nike stuff.
All right. Shout out to Nike. Now, Coach, you guys made it look so convincing. How did you guys prepare for the roles of playing football players? Because I would have thought you was a natural football player in real life.
Well, I played football in college. I grew up playing. Yeah, I played at Cardinal Spellman High School and like Pop Warner midget football, because like I grew up in Brockton, Massachusetts. In that city, it's either it's a working blue collar city, working class city, and for Black people, sometimes we don't have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
We have to create them, and sometimes we have to go with our God-given gifts, where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna follow football, I'm gonna follow basketball, I'm gonna follow, what have you. And it's not to say that we are cliches, but sometimes we got to get in where we fit in.
Yeah.
And so with me, I boxed and played football. So my whole life, I fought out of Petronelli's. I'm 23-0 as an amateur fighter.
Wow.
Okay.
And so my father was there every step of the way, where he said, at least you're going to have some things that can help.
Yeah.
And because he didn't play the radio, man, you still had to get good grades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my dad was just very hands-on. So for me, I already had that internal instinct of a football player anyway. And, and then, Mara would come to me a lot of times and ask me questions about football, and I would give it to her and kind of explain it and just kind of help everyone through it, because I felt like, for me as a boxer, I know what it takes to be an individual winner and champion, and how to train by yourself. And then I also know what it means to be a part of a team and a family. So it's like, the better they are, the better I am, and vice versa. And so, I always wanted to share my energy and kindness and gifts and stuff with the rest, because as far as I was concerned, I was really playing football.
That's right. You were.
You don't know about everybody else, but you were playing. You were playing, right?
League, you know what I mean? I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as actors, all of us as actors, and I think for you to be a great actor, like a lot of the greats, you got to dive into your role.
That's right.
You got to take it serious, because you guys as the audience, I mean, for me,
yeah,
I everybody else, but like I don't want like y'all to walk away from a movie or from the living room saying, man, he ain't put it down today, or like,
what was up with that? Yeah.
Me, that's my love and my passion, is to bring entertainment.
And you do, and you have, and Pooch, you and Tia Mowry Hardrick, you all were the on-screen chemistry was just fantastic. And are you still surprised in 2020 at the popularity of Melanie, Mescu, and Derwin?
Well, the one thing I can honestly say about Tia is Tia made me better as an actor. And Tia, I mean, you could go follow her on her page and see that she bought it. She bought her business.
Yes.
And her sister, and she comes from a very grounded family with her sister and her two brothers. So it's Tia. I think when you get an opportunity like this, ladies, like even like the ones that you guys have,
yeah,
you don't want to half-ass it. That's one thing my dad used to say to me: you don't always put your best foot forward. So even as we're doing our show and as you guys are growing your brand and your name, I mean, the day you don't put in work or go hard is the day that the person comes over to say, hey, I want to invite you guys to the studio. I want to give you what have you. So it's kind of like, you know what, you guys are doing this. You guys are taking advantage of your God-given ability and saying, you know what, I'm starting from the ground up with all the gifts that I have and sharing them. So when you have something good that's able to connect with people, someone's going to catch on to be like, you know what, I like what they're about.
Yeah.
So that work begets work. So Tia put it down every day. And so with that, you had to show up to work, ready to work.
That's right.
So
I'll go home.
It wasn't like a bad thing or an intimidation thing. It was, I gotta work, and you see how hard she worked and how serious she takes it. Both of them, her and Tamara, and then you see the success, and you look at that and be like, you know what, I want to be a part of that. I love that energy, and I think us as a Black community, we have to do that where we empower each other as opposed to looking at what somebody got and be like, man, that should be me.
Yeah.
Like my mother used to say, what's for you is for you. And God will bless you with what you need, not what you want.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
So for me, so then Tia being who she was made me better, which then caused everyone else to be better. And then when people would come to guest star, people saw that, hey, they got their stuff together, but they're still having fun.
That's right.
Show the humanity that we had, where people watch us and be like, you know what, I feel like they might be next door, or like I can hang out with them and stuff like that.
So relatable, yes.
Yeah.
So relatable. We loved Melanie and Durbin and all of you guys, ins and outs and up and downs. And and at the very beginning of our show, we had asked a few people their favorite Durbin David episode, and one of the people, Rhonda Moore, says when Durbin kissed Drew and Melanie found out.
Ooh.
Durbin Davis at that time, he was kind of feeling himself. He was kind of going off of a little bit of growing popularity and letting fame get to him. So yeah, was that fun for you to play in that particular area?
Girl.
Durbin, you were cutting up for a little bit.
You were.
Shout out to Juice Adore too. Chicago natives, for all the Chicago people out there watching. So Mara gave you guys this world, put us and the relationships and the situations that they went through were real life situations. And I think because they were real and then we played them real, I'll put it to you like this. When you have, as an actor, right, when you have good writing, a good director, good producer,
excellent writing,
it's so much easier as an actor.
That's right.
So Mara, she gave us these real life situations that, chances are you might have already experienced it with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or a brother or a sister or a mom or an aunt or what have you. So the instincts and all that tend to come back and help intensify the relationship. It's just that, in TV and movies, the fights aren't really real. I mean, you go back to the trailer. I mean, at the end of when they say cut, we laugh at that take. But
yeah, character, yeah.
Sometimes in real life, there are certain things that you wish that you could do differently. You wish that you didn't say. You wish that he or she would understand me. And what we gave was a real life into a real relationship that could offer some possible choices or doing things differently. But at the end of the day, realizing what was important was the love and relationship that they had, to see how they work stuff out to stay together. You know what I mean? And so even though it's TV or it's Hollywood or it's a movie, but the relationships and the situations and the scenarios were real.
Yeah, very much real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we loved it. We absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and so now that it's streaming on Netflix, you have a new audience. What has been some of the feedback from the new fans watching the game?
Oh, the feedback you got, and shout out to all the new people and
yeah,
so much. The response has been crazy. Like, on my Instagram, there's just been tons of love. I am Pooch Hall on Instagram. I am Pooch Hall on Twitter. Plug.
We love the plugs. Go ahead, plug it.
It's been great. See, because what I was saying before, and like I said, I'm not trying to badmouth any network, because the CW, I mean, they gave us the opportunity, but I think their show that they really, really pushed was Everybody Hates Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And, meaning they got the billboards, they got the buses, they got the posters, they got the bus stops and all that. And we really didn't have the huge marketing machine like some shows that were hits. We're like that show that it's like an artist. I'll put it like this. We're like that hip hop dope that's possibly selling their tapes or CDs out the trunk. And then when people hear it, they're like, oh, that's dope. I'm like, yo, it's down the corner around the street, down the street. And then so people start catching, and then so you start to hear the song and people start to start to talk about it. And, at the time we were out there, but not out there.
Yeah.
And for our third season, we got canceled. And then you guys, helping the fans, we got picked up by
That's right.
Thank you so much. That's when it really got funky. BET went ham. And so for me, because I started in New York, and when I used to audition and I hadn't hit yet, but I had a whole bunch of commercials and stuff. I used to ride my bike and I would stop at Times Square, right, and look up at the billboards and the buildings, and I was like, one day I'm gonna be up here. One day.
Right.
And so when we went to the BET, I remember our first or our second year on I can't remember if it was season 4 or season 5, but we had a huge billboard above Toys R Us in Times Square in New York, and like I had such a moment where and this is for myself, for you guys, and the people listening. You can put that energy out there that if there's something you want to do or something you're trying to accomplish, you got to put it out there with a positive vibe.
Oh, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
wish it.
Yeah. Yes.
Distance, you understand? So it happened, and I was just like, wow. And then we had the success, and then all of us, some of us went different directions and what have you. But being back on Netflix, it's almost like it's happening all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and now that we have a moment as Black culture and a Black community, finally there's some real respect on our culture and our name to be like, hey, you know what? It doesn't necessarily have to be like a Black show. We're a great show made up of Black actors, producers, directors, and you know what I mean? We you gotta attach some of them adjectives to us too, like greatness and amazing and beautiful.
Funny and phenomenal and all of those things.
Yeah.
You all, Pooch, as a cast, work so well together. I mean, just all of your personalities. And who is the funniest, aside from you, because you're funny. So, aside from you, right? But who is the funniest on the show out of the cast members?
Are you asking like jokes or like who?
Yeah,
jokes, pranks.
Yeah, jokes, pranks, all of that good stuff.
God.
Who was the troublemaker on the show? Always cracking jokes, pranks.
I was a.
Was it you?
I was a. We all talk today. I still mess with them on like the email and text threads. I'm always wilding. But each person was so like Kobe. In my opinion, Kobe Bell.
That's what I was thinking.
He has me crying in real life.
Yes.
And Miss Wendy's hilarious. Brittany's funny.
Yeah. All of you guys were so funny.
He is funny. Is kind of like I don't want to say like a dumb funny, but like it's almost kind of like I'll put it like this: if it was a horror movie, right? And let's say there were 10. It started off with 10 people, and there was like just say me and Tia left, and then I'd be like, "Listen, we'll stay here and wait for the cops." He would be the one who would be like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go outside the door and see if the cops are coming." I go, "No, let's stay right here." She's like, check. She'd be the one to go out there and check, and a monster or somebody would get her, as opposed to keeping her butt still.
But right. Or running.
Doing.
Yeah.
But I think we all had an ingredient that made the pot of gumbo dope. You know what I'm saying?
Each of you made it work. Yes.
My funniest. So the two people for me who were just hilarious was Kobe and PJ Byrne, who played my agent.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Irv.
Like he's a walking stand-up comedian show, and he's not even a comedian.
Wow.
So him. So here are my three.
Okay.
Hands down in the order. God.
Here we go.
Kobe
Bell,
and then D. Ray Davis. 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we all had something that we all had an individual gift that when we came together, it was magic.
Magic.
And that's a rarity. That's
It
very,
really is. It really is, Pooch. Yeah, it really is. And we're going to go into some other things that you're working on momentarily.
Yes.
But well, first of all, congratulations. You are executive producing. Is it like a game app or something on Clickstream? So share that with our audience. You're doing some kind of gaming for people to win money, right? So we'll let you tell it. Yeah.
So it's a win quick app to where I teamed up with this company called Clickstream, and it's a app where we have different categories of trivia, and it's like a Jeopardy maybe type of Wheel of Fortune type of situation, more like Jeopardy, where there's all different categories that people can get to like go on. Like, let's say we make the announcement, like there'll be an announcement when you get the app, you'll get the announcement that, okay, and in an hour we're gonna have food
Okay.
trip, and then you get on, and then myself or another host will host that segment, and we'll be asking like Jeopardy type questions. And so here's the thing, how many times have people watch Jeopardy just either on a humbug or kind of, and there's certain things that you may hear and you try to guess it and you're like, oh man, I should go, and you guess it right.
Right.
So it's one of those things to where we're bringing that to you. It's going to be at your hand, and you get to win cash and prizes.
No.
Really get to you be competitive, and you put your knowledge to the test, and like you have a certain amount of time to answer the question. So it's not like you can go online and try to look up the answers and cheat. It's very, very specific based off of the question that we will ask and how the answer needs to be answered. And
Fun.
you can win big money. And so, for me, I start filming my episodes in like a couple of weeks, and like I'm really, really excited because like a lot of stuff right now is on the phones, on the iPads, and your laptops, and it's right there. So it's not necessarily.
And how cool is that?
Yeah,
How
it's
cool is that?
like how some people like, man, I'll go buy a scratch ticket and kind of like, take,
And never win.
here, let's say you listening out, and then they're like, all right, the next category coming up is dogs. The next category coming up is movies. Next category coming up is plants. Next category coming up is music. And so that way there's so many different categories for people to relate to, but also it's like, yo, I can win some money off of this.
That's pretty cool.
That's the good part, yeah.
Yeah. So, Pooch, we have a trivia question for you. So
Sure.
You know we're twins, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Trisha and Tasha, which one is a minute older? Take a wild guess.
You.
Yes.
All right.
How did you guess that? You just guessed?
Maybe it was the tone in her voice. She sounds very authoritative, right? Yeah.
I know some people.
Okay. You know some people that know us?
I know some people who know y'all.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Small world, right, Pooch? Small world. Small world, right?
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. When you're doing a good thing, word travels fast, because when you're doing a good thing, people want to be a part of a good thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And if people want to be a part of a good thing, they'll talk about a good thing. So like, like I said, I'm happy to be on here to be able to kind of meet with y'all and like
To have you.
Yeah, we family now. Yeah.
you never.
Family. That's it.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys are in Maryland? Where you guys?
No, we're based in Houston. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're based in Houston. But we're based in Houston, but we grew up in Oakland, California.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, and actually, Pooch, our old history teacher, he's on the live and he's telling us hello and to stay safe. So yeah, but we grew up in Oakland, California. Have you been to Oakland?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
okay. Everybody's been to Oakland.
And then we have someone, Pooch, LaKaren Kiera. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Ooh.
And she's wanted to know, is there going to be a reboot of, is it true that the show's going to have a reboot? Huh. Do you have an exclusive, Pooch?
There was an announcement that came out. Was it 2 days ago? Or
Was
yeah,
it 2 days ago?
You want to give an exclusive here?
it was. I think it came out. I think yesterday or the day before. They were talking about over at CBS All Access. Now here's the deal.
Okay.
I know that we were going to reboot on the CW, and then the deal fell apart, and then there's rumors of another reboot, like it didn't go away.
Okay.
And Mara has so much like happening. So with Mara, like anything's possible. Like I mean, I would love part of of a reboot. I can't say yes, and I can't say yes. That I'm going to be a part of a reboot, or no, I'm not going to be a part of a reboot. I just know that they made an announcement, and I'm available to rock if they want.
Right.
Come on, Derwin Davis.
Yeah. So
Hey.
I know when we first got approached for doing a reboot. I to my knowledge, everyone said yeah, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of 2020, and I got the news. Check this out. So I got the news that the reboot wasn't going any further on a Saturday evening. I was with my two boys. We were at basketball camp, and I got the email. From Mara, and she said, it didn't work out. And then I was like, no, it's okay. Like, I'm here, And then the next morning, I got the news of Kobe passing. And then from the game email, it's just been like a crazy 2020, man.
It has.
And shortly after that, like 2 weeks later, they pulled the plug on season 8 of Ray Donovan, which was on Showtime. But the thing about it is, they're all life lessons. Oh, and then shortly after that, that's when COVID hit. But they're all life lessons, and I feel my mom also says, she's like, God doesn't give you more than you can handle, and sometimes it just feels like it's too much, and you're gonna like lose your mind, or it sucks. But one thing that I can honestly say is that someone always has it worse, and also we're all affected by the COVID.
We are.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah. Speaking of that, like this year has been rough for a lot of us. So how has you and your family been able to navigate during the pandemic?
Say again?
How has you and your family been able to navigate during the pandemic?
We've been first and foremost, like, I'm so grateful to, and this is what I mean, because you never know how certain things are gonna end up. One of the reasons why, like, because sometimes as entertainers and artists, we get like a raw deal, or sometimes people don't really understand us and say, oh, sometimes people will be like, oh, you guys have it easy because you guys are rich, or you guys have big houses and blah, 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 blah. And one of the things I've always said is like, hey, you know what? And I stay humble, man, because I remember, trust me, I've seen dark times. You understand?
Yeah.
I know what it means to, like I said, put in work. Like, I was never lazy. And whatever I did, that's something that my dad drilled into me, was whatever you do, be the best at it, and be a good person, like nice to people.
Yeah.
For me, I never was apologetic about my light or my drive. And now that, COVID hit, I'm so thankful that I put in the work to be able to have the house and the space, because when a lot of people went on lockdown, not everyone had some people was in 1-bedroom apartments or 2
Yeah.
and it's one, and trust me, I'm an East Coast kid, so I know when a snowstorm hits and you trapped in the house for like a week. That's like a week, and you be like, man, I wish the snow or the rain or hurricanes, tornadoes,
Oh my
whatever.
God, yes.
But when you in there for months,
Woo.
and then there's nothing going on out in the world, your mental toughness is put to the test. And
Yes.
something that I always try to tell people is I know they say it's easier said than done, and this is what I mean is that stay around positive people
Please.
and constantly, count your blessings and be of service and like help people, because then the blessings will come back to you. And so when I'm doing something, I put in that work, and it's not always going to be how I want it and what have you, but I'm always looking at the bigger picture. And it's easy to point the finger at someone else or just give up. But then what happens is when a pandemic or what have you or something like this happens, it's kind of like it's the what's the it's fable. It's kind of like, whether the three little pigs, like, you know what, I'm just gonna like build my house out of straw, build my house out of sticks. You don't know when that big bad wolf is coming. The big bad wolf could be anything.
Yeah.
Hit a brick, then he can't blow it down. And so for me, I just was like, I'm gonna put in work, and I'm super humbled. And it's easy to kind of just be like, life sucks, and just be like, I hate it and wild out. But you got to keep a positive mindset.
Yes, you do.
And like-minded people around you.
That's right. So important.
I can't stress that enough. That and when I was telling you guys about empowering each other,
Mm-hmm.
anybody who's not like embracing you to where you're like, hey, you know what? We're gonna start. Me and Trish gonna start a talk show. Why are you gonna do that? Where we gonna do that out of your garage, out your house? What? No, I can't deal with you.
Right.
Preach.
What do you need?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Help. I got some lights that can kind of make sure y'all are lit the best. That's what we need. And so sometimes we miss those things, and it's like glass half empty type people. And for me, I'm very, very fortunate that I put in the work early.
Yeah.
To have this from my family, my home, and because the Zoom, because I got 4 kids, and that Zoom school, and then everyone being on top of each other. I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Yeah.
And the fear of we don't know anything, or we're
Right.
going to go back to some type of normal. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
So.
But Pooch, I like the fact, and your words of wisdom and your advice and your encouragement to everybody else that's watching, because we're very similar in a lot of ways. I know we all have different situations, but I like to say we're all similar in the ability to check on each other to make sure that we're all okay.
That's right.
And we thank you for doing that for our audience and for ourselves, and we continue to look for the work that you do. Are you doing like any virtual auditions or anything? How's that working during COVID?
Oh God, it was crazy, because like I love to work out and stuff, and that was crazy. So I had to do a lot of working out here at my house, which is cool, because I got to really get close with my family and my kids, and
Good.
We were able to kind of really see each other.
That's good. Yeah.
Across the hall, but like really see each other. And so, it's been tough, because for me as an actor, part of my, like, I love, like, it's not only my job, but it's also therapeutic and a release. That I love acting. I love being on set. I love having a connection with people. And when Hollywood kind of shut down, it was tough. And it was like, because for me, when I started acting, by the grace of God, I never didn't work. I was always working. And it was the first time that I haven't worked. Like this stuff right here with Netflix coming back on, like this for me to is work for me, and it's kind of like therapeutic. And love you guys' energy and what you guys are giving me and stuff. So, it's starting to open back up now. There's all types of different thoughts on COVID and trying to prepare for it and try to be cautious and safe. And that's kind of the take that Hollywood is doing. I have 3 people on projects that I know, and they were saying that it's missing something, like the connection and the fun is gone, that it's not what it used to be. And hearing that it's a little sad. But like, I said, could always be worse. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who weren't able to work either and not sure what's going to happen. I mean, I had two auditions today.
All right. Wow. Rocket it.
I'm developing stuff right now. I got 3 things that I'm developing. I got a movie that's going to be dropping soon called Cherry. Tom Holland's in it. It's a true story. We shot that in Cleveland, I think. Yeah. I shot Cherry. I shot Cherry right after I wrapped season 7 of Ray Donovan. So it was a great year for me. And then I came home for a bit, and then I went out to Cleveland towards the end in December. It was really cold, and we shot Cherry.
Okay.
And I want to give a huge shout out to Tanya Barfield, who is she's a Black writer out of New York, and she wrote for my character on Ray Donovan, and she got nominated for an Emmy. So,
all right.
Barfield, look out.
Congratulations. Yes, that's pretty cool. That's dope. Yeah, that's good. Well, Pooch, thank you so much for gracing your afternoon with the Twins of Media, Trisha and Tasha. You have been absolutely a joy.
Thank you.
Not only, Pooch, are you talented in acting, but you have such a heart for people. And we know that comes from your mom and your dad and your upbringing. But again, it was so great because we watched you on TV when the game first came out. And we're still watching on Netflix. Yeah, we're still watching on Netflix. and we're forever endeared to your character and the cast and everyone else. And it's also like when you said earlier how we speak things out. We, as twin sisters, we watched a lot of things on television growing up, and we never knew that going forward that some of the people that we watched on television we will be interviewing in this day and time. So it's always a blessing for us. And dreams do come true for you, ourselves, and anybody else that's watching. So again, thank you, Pooch. It was wonderful speaking with you, and we'll connect again. We're family now, Pooch.
Huh?
We're family now.
I will come over Sunday dinner, so be ready.
That's right. Hey, let us know. And one more time before we get off, why should people watch the game on Netflix? Take us out.
You said why should they?
Why should they? Yes.
Why they should watch the game on Netflix, because you can actually see what love is and how 2 people who really love each other fight for each other and what love them. And sometimes I think that in today's society and world, like, love isn't appreciated or really a thing that people kind of look to. I mean, there's a lot of selfishness out there, and so like when you have love, you have everything. And so you watch that, and you see a lot of you feel when you feel a show and you feel scenes. That's love. So that's like T and I love into our characters to give that out, to put that back out there for it to be like, you know what, that's what I want. And the thing about it is you can have that, but you got to be with like-minded people and people who are willing to work. Like, just real simple. Simple, y'all. And how bad money, you know what I mean? How bad?
Yeah. All right, Pooch, thank you so much. And again, thank you for gracing us this afternoon. And we love you, the show, and your family. So we'll talk very soon, okay?
Tosh, bye, Trish. You guys be good. Thank you
All
so much.
right.
Friday.
Follow me on I am Pooch Hall on Instagram. I am _ Pooch Hall on Twitter. I'm getting my Facebook back because it got hacked and it's all types of nonsense. But
Okay. You guys heard that. Follow Pooch Hall.
But thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Darwin Davis.
Bye, Darwin. All right, guys, there you have it. Pooch Hall, that was such a fun interview.
Yes.
Did you guys like that? Let us know in the comments what was your favorite part of the interview, and also to the top question of the day, your favorite Derwin Davis episode.
Yes, and we have Rachel Pleasant. She says, great interview. Thank you, Rachel, for
Appreciate
joining.
that. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, it was actually, he's such a phenomenal actor, and he has such a great heart and spirit for people. And if you all caught his nuggets, grab hold of it.
Those gems on this Friday.
Take it for today. Take it until the weekend. Take it into next week. We're all very similar. Everybody's dealing with the pandemic and COVID and things of that sort. But one of the things that I got from what Pooch Hall said, I was about to say Derwin Davis. One of the things I got from Pooch Hall was the fact that you have to speak out into existence your dreams. No matter what situation you're in, and it's hard. We know that it's hard, but if you have to stand in the middle of a living room or the kitchen or the bathroom, write it down somewhere. But we'd like to encourage everybody that's watching to speak out your dreams, and they will at what point in time.
And that's awesome.
They'll come to fruition. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, guys. But don't forget to answer that top question of the day, your favorite Derwin Davis episode. On the Game, now streaming on Netflix.
Right.
Enjoy the September-October 2020 issue of BSM Magazine with actor Curtis Cook, who talks Showtime's The Chi, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and even tells us about his journey to acting. Check out the BSM Puzzle t-shirt and Puzzle mug. Also, shop with these amazing brands like Arignani's luxury handbags at arignani.com. Soul.
All right, guys, so we're just having some technical issues with the commercial, but that's okay. It happens. It's Friday. And so, you guys, are you answering the questions, the top question of Friday of today, your favorite Derwin Davis episode? Go ahead and drop that in the comments. And we have a cool giveaway today. We're going to give away, what, Latasha?
A free digital copy of BSM Magazine.
Woo-hoo! It is our our September-October issue of BSM Magazine. And on the cover is Curtis Cook. You guys know Curtis Cook. He's from that show called The Chi on Showtime.
Which maybe a few weeks ago got picked up for what, season 4?
Yes.
Season 4.
Shout out to The Chi. Yeah, season 4. That's awesome.
Okay, so actually in what news, some little bit of celebrity news or some little bit of news this week, we had Trisha Hall, who she turned
a fabulous 50, guys. And can you believe that Tamron is 50? She looks awesome. So she had a show, a virtual show on Wednesday. And of course, she had a lot of people to chime in, like Oprah and Tyler Perry, Skylar Bell, and Gladys Knight, fresh off of Versus. And so they wished her a happy birthday. And so we want to say for the Twins and Media, we know your birthday was Wednesday, but happy birthday, Trisha Hall.
Happy birthday, Trisha Hall. Yes. And what else do we have going on in the celebrity news? We have let's see, we have Paul Gasol? Is it Gasol? Is that how you say it?
Yes, that's how you say it. Paul Gasol.
And his wife, Catherine, they are the new parents of a baby girl who I believe was born, I think it was September the 14th.
Okay.
But
so congratulations to the lovely couple. And they actually named their daughter in honor of Kobe Bryant and Vanessa's daughter, Gianna. who sadly passed away in January with her father. And so the beloved couple, named their daughter Elizabeth Gianna Gasol.
Yes, how wonderful is that? Yes. And then we also have, I think, speaking of like celebrity news and actors and things of that sort, we have, what is it, Tracee Ellis Ross?
The boss, just like her mom.
She recently signed with, is it ABC Signature?
Yeah, an overall deal with ABC Signature, the studio that produces the popular sitcom Blackish, where her production company, Joy Hill Entertainment, will produce content across broadcast, cable, and streaming. So shout out to Tracee Ellis Ross.
Congratulations.
She's doing her thing in this pandemic. We love to see
people working in this pandemic.
Like I was about to say Durbin Davis. Like Pooch Hall said, just doing your thing during the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's pretty much, we enjoyed the extended conversation with Pooch Hall, and we hope that you guys enjoyed it as well, and that you got something out of the interview. Thank you for everyone that commented on the live. We saw all of you guys' comments, so if we didn't get to you or acknowledge you during the live, we will definitely say hello and chat with you after our live broadcast. And also thank you for anybody that was watching, anyone that shared this particular broadcast. We're always grateful when you guys come on and spend your time, your evenings with the Twins of Media, Trisha and Tasha.
And even in the replay, guys, you guys can still share the broadcast and still participate in the giveaway. And that giveaway, again, is a free copy of the current issue of BSM Magazine. And for those of you who already have it or want to know more about it, head over to bsmmedia.com. You can grab that copy today, but one winner will win a free copy for themselves. How cool is that? Yes.
And on Feel Good Friday, you can also add in the comments, as we said in the beginning of our live stream, our broadcast, you can add Feel Good Friday. We always say Feel Good Friday. So whatever has you feeling good on this Friday, hit us up in the comments, and we would like to chat with you on that as well. We want to spread good cheer, positivity, as Pooch Hall said, and everybody grabs hold of that and just make things a little bit better than what they are. Our world is kind of chaotic and crazy, but if everybody shines their light individually, it can make things seem a lot better.
And I know earlier, before we go, we spoke about, I forgot, we were talking about colors and things like that.
Yeah.
And so we normally have on different colors, kind of like maybe sometimes the same thing, but different colors. Today, we decided to both wear red, and we also like to shout out Fashion Friday as well.
Yeah.
So you guys are more than welcome to always put your Fashion Friday pictures in the comments and let us know how do you like the Twins of Media in red. You guys can use the hashtag Twins of Media as well.
Yes, and a little background story to the color red. You may have mentioned it before. Was our bonus dad, God rest his soul. He would always compliment us and tell us that the color red was very flattering to our skin, and that's something that I think about too. Also, when I wear the color red, that I think about my bonus.
Well, that's actually why it became my favorite color. And just recently, shout out to our younger sister Kashana. She mentioned the color yellow. I never thought about the color yellow.
Yeah, I've been wearing yellow a little bit.
Yes. So she mentioned that that's also a good color for us as well. So guys, just share your Feel Good Friday moments and your Fashion Friday moments. We love speaking with you all, supporting you guys as you support us. We hope that you guys enjoyed this broadcast on today with Pooch Hall. So you guys go ahead and share the broadcast and then let us know in the comments how you like the interview as well.
How you like the interview. And be safe on today. For the rest of the evening, please be safe.
Before we go, what are you guys doing this weekend? What are your weekend plans? It's Friday. What are you guys doing on Friday, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday? Well, Sunday, we hope you guys are going to church, virtual church. But let us know also in the comments what you guys are going to be doing this weekend. And before we wrap up, Tasha, what are you doing for the weekend?
I don't have any immediate plans. I may be, my son, he likes to go to the gym to play basketball. He's of course spaced out. There's too many kids around, but normally that's his little deal that he does, and I may go and read my book while he's playing basketball because he's 13 and he acts as if he doesn't know me anyway, so we just kind of go. So we have our own social distance between myself and my 13-year-old because he's funky,
Right. And so, for me, I'm just going to just relax this weekend, maybe do some reading or something like that. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty cool, awesome weekend. Also, guys, before we go, again, we're going to drop in the comments the winner of the LiveHo blue light glasses that helps when you're on the computer or when you're on the phone. So there's the box right there. We announced that on last Friday's live. And I'm going to go ahead and just close out by just putting the glasses on. Bam. Boom. She's cute. She's cute.
Bam. Bam.
There you go.
Bam. And we're closing out. Be safe. Be safe on today. Be safe during the weekend and going into next week. And let's love each other more. Let's be more kind. Let's offer words of encouragement. And as Pooch said earlier, instead of looking for people to fail, let's find ways for us to be able to say, what is it that you need? How can I help you? Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Because pay attention to the people that are doing something that they absolutely love. There's a presence about
Support
that.
is so important.
Is so important.
And also it's free. And we're living in some different times.
So we encourage you all to support.
Yeah, we encourage
Just
you guys
support
to
your family and
support.
friends.
Yes, yes. Be a support, and always, like Darla Tobin Blake always says, be kind because you never know what someone's going through.
You never know. We love you guys. And until next time, talk soon, guys.
All right. Friday.